Hi everyone. You know, of all the 12 animal signs, I've really been looking forward to talk about the horse. But before you celebrate, it's because I think the horse is the most interesting of the 12, right, in 2024. To make things work for the horse, I'll tell you the conclusion straight up. Must be open to new solutions. Before I show you how interesting the horse can be, let me quickly introduce myself. Thank you for watching. I am Pauline Cheng. I'm a Bazi and Feng Shui practitioner. I use Chinese metaphysics to empower, not to disempower. And since the horse is the problem solver of 2024, you could help me with one problem. I don't seem to have a lot of subscribers, so how about you help me out, okay? Rectify that by subscribing to my channel and smashing that notification bell. Don't forget to like this video too, all right? Thanks for that. Okay, let's get into the horse for real. Okay, as you can see, it's gonna be a long video. Okay, the horse had nobleman luck in 2023, but faced a lot of external pressure to hustle. Now in 2024 comes 3 powerful problem-solving stars. When you have these many problem-solving stars, obviously there are problems to solve. Both the relief god and sky relief are problem solvers. They smooth over difficult events, right? In Korean, there's a word for this. They call it haegulsa. Or in English, pop culture reference, right? Anyone watch Better Call Saul? I think it's on Netflix, right? You're the Saul Goodman in 2024, the fixer of 2024. To support the relief god and sky relief, you've got the Tai Chi nobleman that enhances wisdom and intuition. Right? It could also signify the possible presence of a guru or a teacher, right? Or internally, somehow, you just know what to do, when to do, how to do, right? These 3 can't work by themselves. They have no hands. They're like AI. Okay, they need your input. And the solution is very simple. Inculcate a mindset that is open to solutions. Don't dismiss anything out of hand. Give every idea due consideration, especially with the Tai Chi nobleman, your own ideas. Okay, it's very human to dismiss our own ideas when other people advise us, yeah. You know, when our own ideas we push aside, no, cannot work, right? So with the Tai Chi nobleman, you must be aware of this tendency in 2024. These 3 together is about fostering a curious and open mind, approaching problem solving with a sense of curiosity and eagerness to explore different perspectives, embrace diverse ideas, seek out alternative solutions. What can stop this from happening? These 2. Now, when you plot your own Bazi chart using any of the plotters, you might find the prison inmate and instability further down the list. Naturally, most people will think that they're not very important. But in 2024, being aware of their effect is important because these 2 are the ones that can block the impact of the 3 positive stars, all right? They can block the relief god, sky relief, and Tai Chi nobleman. Okay? To use the relief god, sky relief, Tai Chi nobleman, we must be open to new solutions, right? Prison inmates put blinders. It's a feeling of being stuck, physically, mentally, emotionally. It creates under its influence, we see things from a very limited perspective. It's the urge to stand still when you should be moving. It causes inertia and a lack of motivation and helplessness. So what can we do to overcome this guy? Again, it's about the mindset. The marker for the prison inmates are 2 words. It says, no choice. If you hear yourself thinking that or even verbalizing those 2 words frequently, right? I have no choice. Oh, I have no choice, no choice. All right? Prison inmates, all right? No choice, I have no choice but to, this kind of stuff, right? The moment you become aware of those words, you sit your ass down and try to examine things from different perspectives. There is always a choice. Doing nothing is also a choice, right? Next is instability. Okay, basically, from your point of view, things are not stable. Life is sometimes good, sometimes bad. This causes emotional instability and mood swings. This one can be a drama queen. When added together with the prison inmate, these two coming together, there's a tendency to catastrophize. Okay, oh my God, that shocked Pikachu face keeps popping out. The drama way, that kind of stuff. Stop catastrophizing, please. Okay, so if you can overcome these two, problems brought about by these others become mere hassles. Okay, because these three can dissolve them. Right? You just need to let it happen, right? They can be solved. Notice how I've almost clumped them together. They're hassles. Dato Joey Yap always likes to say, we become happier when we solve problems. Well, in this case, the horse in 2024, delirious. Okay, so let's examine the types of problems that you may be called upon to solve in 2024. Calamity Shah is a mishap star. It could cause outflow of wealth because there may potentially be small accidents, illnesses, maybe damage to your house, or damage caused by natural disasters such as floods. Make sure your insurance is up to date. Can also mean disharmony in the home. Basically, Calamity Shah says, you got a feng shui problem. Like if your house got majorly flooded, you better get a feng shui fix. It doesn't have to be me, someone who resonates with you, someone whose worldview resonates with yours will be great. Okay, so what about separating edge? Also talks about relationship problems, affects your ability to connect with other people. Basically, it's a bit tone deaf, right? So diplomacy is the key with this guy. Okay, Great Shah is a lot like White Tiger. It calls for a more conservative approach, right? There is a potential of petty people and petty gossip. Only bad if their presence deviates you from your intended path. Basically, this represents obstacles that may stop you from moving forward. This can have a big impact if you are stuck in prison inmate mode. Right? The two, flying chase and blood knife, are blood-related accident. This just requires presence of mind when you are driving or handling sharp objects. And as always, when we see the blood knife, what do? Okay, blood has to flow. Go visit the dentist, though. I trigger it. Okay, so funeral door, Earth funeral points at the possibility of hearing bad news. That type. Can also mean your immunity level or energy level is lower in 2025, so try to avoid visiting places like hospitals, right? Those kind of stuff, and extra care must be taken to your health and physical well-being. Okay, and then we have the red chamber. Okay, this one here, the odd one out. Okay, traditionally a negative star because it represents scandals caused by lust and romance. It's like one night stand, right? A little bit like the salty pool, right? Traditional interpretation, why is they consider it negative? It's because they think that we have no willpower, zero. Like we succumb to every temptation that comes our way. Do you do that? No, right? Okay, so we modernize this in today's world. This could mean that you could be more attractive to the opposite sex, and they may cause some problems. But here's the thing, right? Once we avoid the pitfalls of the red chamber, right? That means I don't succumb to every temptation, right? This can be a good peach blossom to have. Great for sales, okay? Because at the end of the day, a peach blossom star is still a star of likability and attention. And period 9 is the attention economy. So that's why I colored it differently. Use this wisely. It helps you improve your year. All right? And all this problem solving, everything, all this, guys, leading towards the 8 seats. It brings access to decision makers. It creates opportunities to become a key person within an organization or an industry. How? Because, like Saul Goodman, apparently, you are the fixer. Okay? And where are we heading towards for 2025? The ability to make an even greater impact. Can we trigger this? Yes. Right? But if I'm going to go into that here, we'll be talking all year. So if you're interested to find out how you can trigger these stars and turn them positive, join myself, Charmaine, and Jonath in our annual Hack My 2024 event happening this December. It's an online webinar. Join us from anywhere in the world. The link is in the video description. Okay, so horse in the year represents your industry, market, social media, social networks. So from your perspective, it's a noisy old world out there. A lot of arguments, conflicting opinions, controversies, scandals, right? There's also a danger that may accidentally trigger the trolls because of a tone-deaf post. The answer, of course, is diplomacy. We use the relief god and sky relief to pour oil over troubled waters. Be the voice of reason. Horse in the year pillar in 2024 is also an opportunity to be known as a problem solver, to earn a reputation as someone who can fix problems. Okay, with the horse in the month, right, you may find that there could be a lot of miscommunications in your work environment, be it as a career professional or a business owner. Basically, nobody's on the same page. The problems to solve apparently are human-related problems. People not seeing eye to eye, someone not talking to somebody, nobody wants to compromise, right? Let's agree on one thing here. Human-related problems are the hardest to solve. Agree? Things get broken, we buy a replacement. Something is wrong, we can buy a solution. People working at cross purposes is really hard to solve. If you are the one who can be the bridge, get everyone on the same page, do you not think that that will make you super valuable? Great soft skills to have with the horse in your month as a mediator or facilitator. When you attend a meeting, somehow the voices of dissent are muted. Somehow you manage to get everyone working together again. Isn't that a valuable skill to have? Okay, if you've got horse in the day, right, the indications are looking at harmony in your home and personal relationships. For some reason, in 2024, you seem to feel like there's no harmony at home. Everyone is fighting each other. Could be siblings disagreeing with each other, maybe parents with children. Families no longer aligned. This is where the prison inmate can be a threat. You feel like you have no choice but to accept the situation. And the situation escalates until being at home is no longer pleasant. I would love to ask you to be the active mediator in this case, but I'm also mindful of the funeral door and earth funeral. Okay, managing the family disharmony saps a lot of energy. So I'm going to go against conventional advice here and suggest that whatever happens, look after your own personal well-being first. Don't martyr yourself, please, right? Because you can only be a part of the solution if you are not a part of the problem. That said, be very mindful of the type of energy you radiate when you meet with your family. All right? When you sit down for dinner, if you're radiating happy vibes, then things should be better. If you're stressed and tense and anxious and jumpy and you jump to conclusions, then it's not going to be very pleasant, right? How to use these stars to grow? Be systematic about tackling problems in your life. Solve what you can first, one step at a time. Okay, horse in the hour is the most interesting. The hour pillar can represent our thoughts, investments, children, staff, ideas, aspirations, and ideals. Let's look at this first from a mindset perspective. Your ideas may be a bit too contradictory in 2024. Basically, you may be too future forward. Others may not be able to keep up. Can't accept your idea because they're not ready yet, or they don't see what you see. Find new ways to communicate your ideas. For investments, do minimize your risk because of the calamity shah that may cause instability in the markets. Make sure that you have capital protection in place. From the perspective of your children, all right, your kids may be facing social pressure out there this year, competition, bullying, all the mean things that children do to each other. It might be your job to arm them with the skills they need to handle those type of pressures. Okay, so that's it for the horse. I hope you've enjoyed this content, found it useful. If you did, share it with other horses, yeah? Okay, if you've got a question, leave it in the comments. If you want more, what else can we do? Well, we could brainstorm your chart together, right? Booking link is in the video description along with the links to my socials. I would love to have a conversation with you. Alternatively, join myself, Charmaine and Jonath in our annual Hack My 2024, where we will be sharing a ton of information, not just using 八字, but also Qi and Feng Shui. Also, the sign-up link is also in the description. But in case you're looking to contribute your problem-solving skills to someone else, okay? So we have the goat is the ideas generator, all right? You are the problem solver, work together with the goat who has ideas, the two of you grows together, all right? And if you're talking about the tiger, tiger's got courage this year, willing to explore new things, all right? And for the dog, right, the dog has got some wisdom this year, all right? So now, with that, I wish you, yes, you with the horse, all right, a fantastic year of growth in 2024. Okay, and until I see you in the next video, I hope you have a great day ahead. All right, thank you.